उत्कृष्टदेशिकदयाभिगृहीतदेहम् उल्लङ्घ्य सर्वविषयान् अधिराजमानम् उत्सृष्टदेहमतिम् आत्मनिरूढयोगम् आनन्दमात्मरमणं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
ॐ उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धामदाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्याम् जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्य देवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात् कृतसन्निधानः ओंकाररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण स्वानुभूतिः समुज्ज्वलाम् तमीडेहं सदा शुद्धं रमणेशमहेश्वरम् देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनाम् सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम् योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचम् इमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। vidha-vidhamāṃ nilaigaḷelām vicāram ceydu miccaiyaṟu parama-padam yādoṉ ḥṛuṇḍō vadaṉaiyē diḍham-āha அகத்தால் பற்றி அனவரதம் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. எது சகல-விதமான தோற்றங்கள்க்கும் யதார்த்தமதாய் அகத்துளதோ அதை அறிந்தாய். அதனால் அப்-பார்வையினை அகலாது என்றும் ஆசை போல் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. Very beautiful verses from Yōga Vāsiṣṭham. Very often Bhagavan used to quote these verses. So here, yesterday we saw outwardly there are incidents, individuals, things, events coming and going. Inwardly also, various states, one after the other, like episodes, shift. Nothing is stable. Waking, dream, deep sleep. One day you feel like meditating, next day the mind is all scattered. Another day it is very dull. Sattva, rajas, tamas. So all these things fluctuate. Vidha-vidhamā nilaigaḻ. As Bhagavan said, various kind of states. You cannot have stability in any of these states. First we find the physically there is no stability. All these things needs tremendous power of discrimination, which we have, of course. That the body, we believe or we hope that we can keep it in a perfect, healthy condition, always in youth. If it is not cooperating, at least dress it like that. Deceive yourself and deceive others. But whatever you have done, it is growing old and one day it will disappear. 6 states they say. Asti, bhati, jayate, asti, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. In the womb there is a formation from that drop, fetus, or what you call embryo, whatever. Then it comes out. Then it grows from childhood to youth. Then it starts growing old, decay. And one day it dies. So these states, which state are you going to keep it stable? It is impossible. People, when they grow old, they want to retain the youth. Parents, they want to retain their children's childhood. Always the child should be child, should not grow old. See, one old lady, she told me once, what to do? I want to come to satsang, but my child have no one to look after. And her child is 72 years old. And she is 95. In Tamil they say kozhandai. So the mother, a 72-year-old son is still a child. Okay. But things are changing. This is very, very obvious. And spiritually also, we sadhakas also think that once you come to Ramana ashram, train yourself to meditate, all your life you can meditate. Then you find your mind is moving. One day there is great, profound meditation. Next day in the same place, it looks like not meditation, looks like railway station. Then you search for ways and means to keep it in that state. See, no state can be stable. Any state that you attain by the power of the mind cannot be stable. Of course, that gives you great joy, silence. Swamiji, you can come in front. Slowly come that way. Yes. So, all the states come and go by observing. Vicāram ceydu. The search is Muruga. Vicāram ceydu, by observing miccaiyaṟu parama-padam yādoṉ ṭṛuṇḍō. Behind all these changes, there is a changeless substratum, a base, a screen in which all these are happening, which is not created by my meditation or my sadhana. Akritam. Akritam means that which is not created. See, this is a very, very important point. This is the essence of realization. You just recognize that something which is untouched by all the states. There is a Mahavakya in Vidyaranya Upanishad, which is asangohyayam purushaha. The Upanishad says this Purusha means this self, is unattached. Asangohyayam purushaha. And there are occasions where a very deserving, ripe, authentic seeker has realized the self by merely listening to it, this from an authentic master. That simple is realization. Somebody asked me, is there anything in spiritual life that Bhagavan has not accepted? Not recommended. See, now what I say, you might get confused. It's my answer, not anything that Bhagavan has said. But this is the intention. Recently happened, somebody asked, is there anything in your opinion that Bhagavan has not recommended or accepted? I will just ask, what could it be? Can suggest anything? I didn't think about it. Spontaneously the answer came that moment. Then I found, it's right, the only thing that Bhagavan has not accepted is sadhana. Practice. Of course, we are doing it, but somebody asked about sadhana to Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, sadhana. It's as if some great crime. He said, who is the sadhaka? What is there to attain? What is there to achieve? What are you going to gain? See, this is not a very clever answer or anything. In the sense, everything in the world is sadhana. You want to become a graduate, it is a sadhana. You are studying. You want a good healthy body, you are doing exercise, it's a sadhana. But sadhana is samsara. Doing and getting, doing and getting, doing and getting. This business. Here you are turning towards the doer. Who is the doer? Who wants to do sadhana? It's a great, remarkable, something like what they in Zen they call satori. Right? That Bhagavan, somebody asked Bhagavan how to meditate. Bhagavan said, find out the meditator. I don't think anyone else have answered like this. Find out the meditator who wants to meditate. Seek the meditator. So this, even if we talk about realization, next question comes, what should I do to get it? Because we know only that method. Spiritual life is not difficult, but the process is different. Actually, in Kashmir Shaiva, they have a very beautiful word. They say anupaya. That Abhinav Gupta uses a word anupaya. Anupaya means no process. It's a pathless land. Anadhva, that is the Vedantic terminology. Adhva means path. Anadhva means no path. Means you are not traveling anywhere, you are not making a single move. It is in you as yourself, and it is ever existing even before you started your sadhana. And that is ever purna. Then what are we doing here? That you have to ask yourself. Just recognizing that profound thing, that recognition, the usual example given is kantabharana. Somebody is wearing a necklace or a rosary in his neck and searching for it here and there, even doubting somebody that he has stolen it. And someone comes and tells you it is right in your neck. Oh, I was searching for this. This is called kantabharananyaya. You were agitated because you thought it was lost. Now you are happy as if you have regained it. These are all examples. You should not take the example to the reality. These are all similes or examples or analogy that we give. Sometimes, we give the example of snake and rope. The listeners will never move from that snake. So you should not get stuck there. So the truth is, what is in you as your very existence is utterly simple. You just recognize it. Actually, that alone is eternal. All the states that you attain with the mind, one day will leave you. Even there are two kinds of samadhis which we say. One samadhi is samadhi of the mind. The mind becomes quiet, becomes still, no thoughts, by effort. That state will come and go. But you recognize that principle within you which is eternally still, which is untouched by thoughts, which is absolutely free of the embodied limitation. That consciousness you recognize, which is eternally nitya mukta, we say, eternally free. And that recognition will stay with you. Even when the body of a jnani suffers due to disease or what, the last level of the final moments. Even in deathbed or he is physically suffering, incurable disease, even then, that terminal disease, even then his jnana will shine forth. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says that will be the moments of greatest tapasya. So, any meditation that you do will desert you. But that jnana, it is not yours. That is why in Vedanta they say Vastu Tantra, not Purusha Tantra. Purusha Tantra means that which is done by the person, that which is held by the person, that which is individual ownership. But that is not individual ownership. That is that. That is why in Yōga Vāsiṣṭham, in English, Bhagavan's, there is a book in the name, one phrase of Bhagavan has become a book, Be As You Are. A very well-known book. But in Yōga Vāsiṣṭham, there is a phrase, Yosi Sosi Sthiro Bhava. As Vāsiṣṭha says, if you know the beauty of Sanskrit, you will enjoy it. Yosi Sosi. What is that you are? Sthiro Bhava. Abide there with full firmness, stable, fully abide there. And that cannot be touched by your actions of the body, thoughts of the mind. You can say karana sharira, causal body, sleep or meditation. Nothing can touch it. The gross body, subtle body, causal body, nothing can touch it. It is ever pure, holding to that yaṇavaratam. Diḍham-āha hattal paṭṛi. When the recognition is crystal clear, pratyabhijñā is crystal clear, then yaṇavarata mulahilviḻai veeram. See, a meditator cannot work in the world. Not possible. As long as the person is in the plane of meditation, he cannot work in the world. So that is a period when the person should be isolated, should be in solitude, meditating. He works, meditation will go. If he meditates, work will fall. Sometimes meditation overpowers you, all work will go. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a teacher of logic. Avadarichu. He was a teacher of logic. So while teaching that state of Krishna, that bhakti, that meditativeness came to him, he forgot all about logic, tarka. He started talking about Krishna, started singing that nama, because meditation cannot go along with action. So when you are in the field of action, one more well-known anecdote is Guru Nanak. He was working in a shop, assisting one of his relatives, and somebody asked for 15 or 20 kilos of wheat. So he was giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it reached 13, in Hindi, of course, we know, and perhaps Punjabi also it's like that, I don't know. Tera. Tera means 13. Tera also means, Lord, it is all yours. Nothing belongs to me. So this number 13 didn't come to his mind. The moment he was giving Tera, he was just started pouring wheat, Tera, 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 saying that it's scattered all over there. Sometimes, meditation, all karma will stop for the time being. In our place, Kerala, in Guruvayur, there was a great bhakta. Vazhakkundam, that was his family name actually. his Bhagavata, when he is telling Bhagavata, people will be all in rapture, in ecstasy. Sometimes it will be in zenith. One day he was talking on Rasa Krida. Krishna dancing, that Rasa dance, all the gopikas dancing. And he was in ecstasy and the listeners were in ecstasy, all forgot everything. He spoke for about 2 hours or 3 hours like that. After that, all were in a kind of inundation. Somebody was, many of them were almost in a swoon. See, after this, they have to complete the reading of that day Bhagavatam. That they have to do. So nobody is there. The readers are all in that state. Then he asked, is there no one to read? He was very balanced. After that, he was very balanced. So he asked, is there nobody to read? No. All are like drunkards. Nobody ready. Then he said to Lord Krishna, there is a Guru Ayurappa. So he said, Guru Ayurappa, give me one hard-hearted person, stone-hearted person, who will not be overtaken by these emotions, who can come back and read. There was one Ramaswami Iyer. He stood up. Very beautiful scene that it is. He stood up and said, here is a stone-hearted person to read, saying that he swooned. Next moment he swooned. That scene is very beautiful because with so much courage he stood up and said, here is a stone-hearted person, I can read. And then next moment he swooned. So that kind of emotional upsurge, it's like volcano outburst like that. In that state, work cannot happen. That is a great mystical state. But you see Jivan Muktas, liberated beings in that state of jnana. These states, they cannot be stable. This kind of ecstasy, they will come and go. Ramakrishna used to say, one day there was great dance. Bhajans were going on. Somebody was singing. And Ramakrishna was dancing. And many of his disciples, they were all in ecstasy. Ecstasy in the sense, their chest will be, they say, it will become red. Of course, if you are very fair, it will be red. Otherwise, nobody can find out. So, chest will be red, face will be all very red. And one of his disciples, Bhavanath, that Bhavanath was rolling in ecstasy. So, the only person who had no ecstasy was Swami Vivekananda, Narendra. He was there, he was just singing. Actually, he was singing. He was also singing. So, after this session, Narendra asked Ramakrishna, why all these people are having all these emotional states? I do not have anything. Then Ramakrishna said, in a small pond, if an elephant enters there, it will overflow. But if the elephant enters an ocean, it will not overflow. So you will not have these kind of states. He had absolute control over these things, Even in United States, in somewhere, while he was teaching, one day he went in a rain. It was raining. He went with his disciples for a walk, sat near a lake, entered into a state of samadhi, and they were holding umbrella for 3 hours. was so still. So these states are so spiritually, they are very, very enticing. For a seeker, it has great pull. But these states will come and go. Even in a liberated soul, a great yogi, these states will come and go. Even in Bhagavan, it was like that. In the hill, he was almost, most of the time, he will be in that absorbed state. Especially Skandashram, Virupaksha. Even after coming down to Ramanashram, Annamalai Swami used to say, once or twice it has happened that the Veda Parayana will be going. After that they will ring the bell, but Bhagavan did not move. He was still, no movement. It went on and on till 9 o'clock. Then they took a big conch shell, Shankar, and blew it in his ears to wake him up. But Bhagavan never encouraged normal, ordinary seekers to have such states. He said, no, this is not needed. You need a very peaceful mind, very calm mind, with which you can do the work in the world and remain unaffected. That alone. Certain disciples, they used to get absorbed in a laya, not real spiritual state, in a laya. And one lady, she will stay like this for 5 hours. You can very well mistake it as a true meditation, but Bhagavan knew it. He said to Kunja Swami, take her for a Giri Pradakshina and tell her, speak to her about Atma Vicāram. Don't allow her to sit because she has got addicted to it. Now it should be alert, full vigilance. So, that is why, we need a good guide. And Bhagavan, if we are really honest, sincere, guides will come in the path. So, we have heard that realized beings like Janaka, they have even ruled a kingdom. So it is quite possible. But it is not possible for a mind which is meditating. Because the mind should be used for work. A king cannot sit in samadhi in the throne. He has to go through case files, he has to put him in jail, go and fight. All these things a king has to do. So what is that state? And Janaka was certainly an illumined being. He says, even amidst all this crowd, I am silent, like as if I am in forest. Aho janasamuhepi nadvaitam pashyato mama aranyamiva samvrittam kvaratim karavanyaham. In Ashtavakra Samhita, it comes, janasamuhepi, amidst crowd, so many people, I am as if quiet, feeling that quietude of the soul, like as if I am in a forest. Aranyamiva. So, in that state, that with full control over one's awareness of the self, such beings, kartum shakyam rajyanushāsanam, as Vidyaranya Swami says in Panchadashi, he can rule a big kingdom without losing sight of the truth, of the self. He can even rule a kingdom. So Vidyaranya was like that. So he was the Shankaracharya of Sringeri Mutt. Some story, there are various versions about his life. Formerly he was a householder, a family man, and a very scholarly person, a great yogi. Because of him, the Hampi Empire came. He gave advice to the kings That is why if you go to Sringeri during Navaratri, you will find a strange thing that the monks, the sannyasi acharya will be wearing a crown and all gold ornaments every day night. They will call it darbar. Darbar means the king's court. That is because Vidyaranya's period, Vidyaranya helped the ruler, that Haka and Bukka, two of them, brothers, to regain the kingdom, to establish a dharmic kingdom. So they offered the entire kingdom at his feet. And he said, now rule without ego. Don't think you are the rulers. So every year they requested at least once in a year you should remind the king that you are the ruler. So they will be wearing that attire for the sake of the world for some time. It will be very heavy. It's a punishment for a monk. So they will throw it after that. So they just, as an achara, they do that. So Vidyaranya was doing that. After that only he became Shankaracharya of Sringeri. That is one version. Another version is, they say, no, he was, from his younger days, he was a monk. So whatever. So in his Panchadashi you see, he says it is possible that a realized being with the knowledge of the self can do his prarabdha karma, unaffected by that. In Bhagavad Gita also has the same message. Krishna says, you can even fight without ego, without attachment. Yasya na ahankrito bhavaha buddhihi yasya na lipyate. Yasya na ahankrito bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatvapi saiman lokan na hanti na nibadyate. One who do not have ahankara, I am the doer attitude. Buddhir yasya na lipyate. One whose buddhi, intellect or mind does not get attached, is not taking impressions from the world. Such a person can do worldly actions without getting corrupted. He can even fight. That is what is said. Hatvapi. So the Ramakrishna gives the example of a fish in mud, the mud fish. It will be moving inside the pond, all slush, clay. So there it will be moving. You take the fish in your hand, it will be shining. Nothing has made it dirty. Like that is a realized being living in the world, untouched by the impurities, the flaws. Because he has no doership, no enjoyership. He is absolutely free. That is miccaiyaṟu parama-padam. When the ignorance is absolutely washed aside, cleansed, cleared, then that parama-padam, that supreme state shines forth within him and it becomes stable, diḍham. Then yaṉavarata. He need not say, no, I want Sunday leave, holiday. No, I want to do some meditation, so please give me some time. For a absolute jnani, two people, two have no rest. One is Ishvara, the other is a fully realized soul. These two have no rest because they are always in rest. These two have no rest. Ishvara also have no rest. A jnani also have no rest. Because his restfulness, his vishranti is eternal. It is not due to mind. It is not due to body. Of course, the physical exhaustion will come as long as they are there in the prarabdha sharira. That will be there. But inwardly, they have found the true resting spot, where there is vishrantim asadhya turiya talpe. In the turiya, in the fourth, he has found vishranti, restfulness, stillness. And in resting there, the body is restless. Bahi pichāgrataralāha. You put a peacock feather in wind, it will just fly here, there, everywhere. Like that is the realized being outwardly is like a peacock feather in wind. Antarmeru rivasthitaha. Inwardly is firm, unmoving like the Meru Mount. Like the Meru mountain, he remains unshaken. Bahi pichāgrataralāha antarmeru rivasthitaha. So this is the one sign of a Jivan Mukta that is given in Yōga Vāsiṣṭham. So remaining there. Karmani akarmayah pashyed akarmani cha karmayah. In Gita, Bhagavan says, even though he is doing karma, he is in akarma. He is in action, he is actionless. Even when he is actionless, there is action. So this is a very beautiful verse in Gita. So, in that state, yaṇavaratam. Yaṇavaratam means without any break. Mulahilviḻai veera is yaṇavaratam you can take for that state also. You can take for the work also. Constantly abiding there, mulahilviḻai. Vilayadu means just play your way. Just do your work in the world, unaffected by anything. Anavaradam mulahilviḻai veera. Veera means the brave one. What will Maya do? Bhagavan has translated. Bhagavan used to say about Jnaneshwara's teaching to his father. Jnaneshwara was a great sage from Maharashtra. His father was a sadhaka. So he was asking, if I mingle with the world, will not world disturb me? Vittal Pant is asking. Jnaneshwara says, even a real rat cannot eat a cat. Will a picture rat hurt a cat? This is the example. Even a real rat cannot eat a cat. That means the matter cannot overpower spirit. Can a picture rat, illusory rat, ever eat the cat? Is that small book, Vitoba Jnaneshwara Conversation, which Bhagavan very often used to read, it comes there. So Maya can create illusion. A big tsunami happens in the film, but the screen will not be wet. But you are overtaken for the time being. Then you will find that the self is always clear, always unaffected, pure. The beauty of this knowledge is, slowly you will find this in others also, not only in yourself. In others, there comes bhakti. Because then you don't see anybody as a sinner, you don't call anybody as a bad person, because you know there is a thing which is not affected by all this. So, this outer surface, all this flood, volcano, tsunami is not real. It is perhaps 6 dimension, not simply 3 dimension. So many dimensions it is appearing before you. It is making you feel, making affected, but all will again disappear and only that screen will remain. What all things have come in this world, just think about it. Many bad people have come, again we are living. Many terrible things have happened, again we are here. Many incarnations have come, claimed that after this world will be completely taken to a higher plane. Nothing happened. Because in a cinema theatre, sometimes bad cinema come, good cinema come, sometimes devotional films come. The screen remains untouched. Asanga. This knowledge is not about the movie. This knowledge is about the screen. If you know the screen, which remains always free of creation, no creation can touch that screen. Ajātavada. Ajāta. Na jāyate mriyate va kadāchit. When the person becomes perfectly aware of that, then he becomes really brave, fearless. Then he becomes a Veera. எது சகல விதமான தோற்றங்களுக்கும் யதார்த்தமாய் அகத்து உளதோ அதை அறிந்தாய். All the totram, all the manifestations, bhava, they come and go. Behind that there is something which is stable, you know. அதனால் a-p-pārvaiyiṇai அகலாது. In the beginning, sometimes in satsanga when you are listening, a recognition comes for few seconds. When our body, mind is in good condition not to disturb us, they cannot help but they can disturb. Then you recognize. Instead of listening, you turn towards the listener, which is stable, which is constant. Then after some time it goes away. Many people say this. When we come to listen, it is there. After that, it is gone. When we go to Bhagavan's Sannidhi and meditate, it is there. After that, it is gone. It is natural. It will be like that in the beginning. But slow. That is why we say, you have to listen, then you have to contemplate, then you have to deeply meditate. Shrotavyaha, mantavyaha, nididhyasitavyaha. And by constant nididhyasana, you recognize that changeless substratum, a-p-pārvaiyiṇai agalādu. By not moving away from that focus, by not slipping from that center, ஆசை போல் உலகில் விளையாடுவீர். Very what we call, for a beginner he will think Bhagavan has given such license. Because Bhagavan says, Āṣai pol, yathetchasi. See, this is our sampradaya. Krishna, after teaching Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna said, what should I do? Idam te jnanam ākhyātam. After all this discourse, you know what Krishna says? I have given you perfect jnanam. Guhyātu guhyataram maya. The greatest of secrets. Secret of all secrets. What should I do, Bhagavan? Vimarshe tadasheshena. Completely you analyze it, contemplate on it, absorb it, then what should I do? Yathechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you feel like, do. No compulsion. Because if you absorb it fully, nobody need to instruct you, do this and don't do that. You become a light to yourself. Your very being, your very knowledge, your very understanding is a light to yourself. Samyak jnana. Samyak jnana. It is perfect jnana. That is the word which Shankaracharya uses. Samyak jnana. In Buddhism also they use the same terminology. Samyak jnana. When the understanding is perfect, a-p-pārvaiyiṇai ahalād, without moving away from that focus, āṣaipol, then your desires, according to your desires, move. Oh, then we can, after that we can do everything. The problem is, even before attaining realization, your desires maximum are gone. Now you cannot have any inordinate desires because your upadhi is clean. Then what desire you are going to have? Jnanis also have desires. You will find. Sometimes Bhagavan will come to kitchen and he will ask for some fruit or some dry fruit, something. He will be hungry. Sometimes he will ask for them and put it in the frying pan, pour some ghee and make. And Annamalai Swami has spoken about it, that he was also feeling hungry. He went there and Bhagavan gave him this. Oh, Ramana Maharshi, this surface desires they will have. As long as the body is there, you will have some preferences. Certain small things. Ramakrishna he was like a child, so used to say, one day I had a desire that I should have a shawl embroidered with golden frills, like the babus. They say the great big landlords there, they will wear it as their sign of their glory, status. So Ramakrishna said, I also wanted a shawl like that. Then Mathura Babu gave him a shawl. And all these Bengalis, mostly they will have hookah, smoke. And very rich people will have a golden stripped hookah. So he said, I want a hookah like somebody. And Mathura Babu gave that. And Ramakrishna said, this is all in his sadhana period. He says, then that day I wore that shawl and took that hookah and then told my mind, see mind, this is wearing a costly shawl. This is using this kind of hookah. After that, put that shawl in ground and started. Yes. He threw it away after that. So, and Mathura Babu of course understood, because he knew this Ramakrishna's all kind of eccentricities, yes. So that is a small things, and sometimes you will say sandesh, some sweet, something you bring that. He went to one of his devotees' house. There was great song, bhajans, everything. After that, they gave something like our upama. He said he makes us dance for 4 hours and give this. Nothing else. People will think they have also desire. And he will behave exactly like a village person sometimes. When Master Mahashai, who wrote Gospel of Ramakrishna, went to see him, he asked, where are you coming from? He said, I am from Calcutta. And you know Keshav Keshav Chandra Sen, very well known Brahma Samaj leader, he was a great devotee of Ramakrishna. Yes, Keshav is not well, keeping well. And doctors say that he might die. So I am in great worry. What will I do if Keshav dies? With whom will I talk? So I have told the Divine Mother that if Keshav gets cured, healed, I will give her coconut. Yes, he was very serious in that. Like village people, they will do that. அதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவோம், வேண்டிக்கிறதுக்கு offering. So these things you see, then you will find, oh, they have this desire. It's all harmless, nothing serious about it. Sometimes great missionary works come. Swami Vivekananda says we should do this in India, we should do that. Whole world we should have monasteries, like that. And somebody asked Swami, where will we go for money? It's not like today. Money, don't think about it. It will pour down from the heavens because I want it. That was the confidence. Because the work is not mine. It is Ishvara's. So they have to plan. Gita, they say, sarvarambha parityagi. No arambha. No special plan, no special sankalpa. But we see great saints planning, doing things. That is not for them. That is what here say, after getting that knowledge, ashai polulagil, no selfish desire. When Shankaracharya was only 5-year-old, he went for bhiksha. He went to a house. Very poor family, very highly refined Brahmins, very scholarly, austere Brahmin couple. Nothing in that house. This young boy, brahmachari, radiant, stood in front of their house calling Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. He is asking for bhiksha. And that Amma, she came out, saw, what will I give? Nothing is there. Husband has gone somewhere to bring something. And that too, how they were doing? He will go to the paddy field and collect all the scattered grains and bring that. That was their condition. So this lady went inside, searched everywhere in the kitchen and found a very dry amalaka fruit. That gooseberry. Is it really gooseberry, amalaka? Yes, sir. So she brought it, and with great shame, because nothing else to give, with so much sadness, she put it in his bhiksha patra. And he looked at her. Tears were flowing from her eyes, and Shankara's eyes also were filled with tears. That very moment, Shankara invoked the goddess of wealth. Very beautiful verse. We cannot even imagine that a 5-year-old boy sang that. Angam harehe pulakabhushanam ashrayanti Bhringanganeva mukulabharanam tamalam Angīkrita-khila vibhūtirapāṅgalelām Mangalyadastu mama mangala-devatāyāh. One of the greatest poets, we have to say. With so much compassion, he invoked the goddess. And that family became very rich. Generations after generations. Even now that family is very wealthy. One of their descendants come here also to listen. After so many centuries, they come to Husur very often, ashram, they come there. They belong to that house, Swarnatumana. That very house is called Swarnatumana because this is so much gold poured. Generally, in a fictionary way, we say gold poured from the roof. So people by heart this song and look at the roof sitting. Only lizard falls, nothing else. No gold. Shankara sang that song with compassion and it happened. So it is not due to desire. Okay. So, a-p-pārvaiyiṇai ahalād, without losing one's attention on one's real nature, mulahilviḻai veera, you play your part in this world. Without getting affected, you play your part in this world. So this is the song. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva, tato na vāchyam mama kinchidasti, ethārttham-adāy kuru mam tathaiva, tvam atmanatham ramanam bhajami.